Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold stream. On today's stream, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about the WCS? I don't know. The World Championship qualifiers that happened recently, and as we can see, Tatsuku, the madman, who already had an invite, if I'm not mistaken, did it again. First place. Hip hip hooray. I don't know why he does this, but he does, consistently, every time. It's quite remarkable, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Funny. Anyway, what else? Gimlet, other people that we know, B&E, I think there's a team that also was there. Sarah was also there. So yeah. Lots of people in the top that we kind of expect to be here. I don't know who Joey is. I have no idea who Joey is. But yeah, as you can see, like, very clear top competitors, top performers, etc. We're going to take a look at least a few of them. Not a lot of them, but a few of them. However, let's take a look at Japan real quick. We have Tatsuku, which we knew about. We have this guy, this guy looks familiar. I don't remember how to say this name, but I do believe it's either on Tatsuku's team or on the other team from Japan. The rest of these, this guy might be familiar as well. Tahashi? No, what's this one? I think this is she. I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't practiced Japanese in a while. Anyway. I don't know how many of the other ones really matter. I don't know if Tatsuku actually gets to choose, like, who... I don't think he gets to choose, right? But I mean, he did win again. This guy is crazy. Literally. So, there you go. There's Japan. We have Raid RJ and Gimlet. I don't know if Gimlet has a YouTube, which is crazy to think about. They might have like a Bilibili or a or something else of that nature, right? Bilibili would be the most likely, but I couldn't find them on YouTube. But I did find Ray J, or RJ, sorry, not Ray J. Wrong button. I also found, of course, Tatsuku, and I believe he may have played Chron, which is kind of crazy to think about. But RJ, I believe, may have also played Chron. We're going to take a look at this video from RJ, which I believe is our second place player. I believe this is them. I think he's just talking about Chron. Here's, oh yeah. This I think this might be his deck list that he ended up deciding to play. Man, we should really ban Terror Top. There's a reason Konami set a new rule during WCQ, not allowing changing the account we play for more than 5 times. What? There's a reason Konami set a new rule during WCQ, not allowing changing the account we play for more than 5 times. This is new to me. I'm sorry, what? Where was this information? Huh? Anyway. I believe RJ played Chron. So no more pilot for the grind? What do you mean? Oh, is in like changing pilots? Is in like changing people who are playing? Yeah, that's always been a rule. They cracked down on that pretty hard. At the very least, that has always been a rule in the Duel Links KC Cup, and I would imagine it's the same with the regular DC Cups and said WCQs. I don't know if that's a rule change, because that's always been a thing. They've always said you can't share accounts. That's in the terms of service. That would be breaking terms of service, right? It may have been kind of more cracking down on that and being like, hey, if you're changing multiple times, you know. So there's that. Anyway, this is Kazoos Creson gameplay. I believe it's Creson. Yeah, it looks like Creson Millennium. Looks like Creson Fiendsmith. Yeah, Creson seems pretty popular in this event, and I'm fairly surprised given the fact that, like, Maxi, Fuelos, etc. are in the game, but okay, Creson, sure. I really don't think Creson's that good in this game, but I guess, yeah, just win the coin flip for it. It's that simple. Synchro Shogun. We didn't put Baron into the background? I'm very confused. Oh, did Baron already use it to negate? Oh, I'm stupid. Never mind. Omni is good against triple attack decks? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess yeah, I don't know. You mentioned in the notification, but only during the second stage? Oh, interesting. I don't know. I have only ever seen this deck do, like, nothing in the TCG, so it's hard for me to gauge how good of a deck this was. Because, like, at most it had, like, 1 to 2 tops. But that's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's just Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel stuff. You know? What a shame, by the way. Because, like, oh, is this actually good, or is this just a matter of, like, yeah, is it actually good, or is it just kind of happened to be good in this specific event because people weren't prepared for it? Is it something that, like, happened with, like, the Memento stuff in the TCG as well, where, like, Memento randomly popped off in a few events? I don't know. Creson is a deck that is virtually unpunished by Roach, Fua, Roll. Thus why better players gravitated towards it. Because Creson is excellent in the hands of people who know most deck's choke points and get into it what the opponent's hand is. Is it? I'm sorry, hold on. This deck is... Doesn't this deck get, like, hard stopped by Maxi Fua? Or am I crazy? Great for DC. Ladder, I'd say it gets weaker because the format is that much wider. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I think that's multiple people at the top who are playing Creson. And I don't know. This is like the first time I've seen Creson even, like, talked about. Granted, they're two OCG players, which I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think there was, like, any notable metagames with Oh yeah, Crystron's kind of relevant. I think Crystron's kind of been relevant in the OCG, right? Oh, go back. Yeah, with like the new canine stuff, it's kind of there. But it's not really that prominent. Was it relevant? It wasn't relevant, like... Yeah. Was it relevant in this metagame? Was it out? No, it wasn't out in August of 2024, was it? Was it out in this metagame? When did Chron Support come out? How old is that Chron Support? It was around Orcus, right? Yeah. So I don't think... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they were just like... Because it is. Zombie Vamp and Moon Glacia bans incoming. Yeah, sure, bud. You think they're gonna ban anything? That's funny. A deck that doesn't care about Bestials is a plus. That is true. I think that's why we also saw DD Crow in here. Yeah, honestly, Sage and Maiden should probably go back to 3. Yeah, Crystron going second seems... I mean, to be fair, is Crystron any different than, like, White Forest going second? It's like, draw the out, forehead. I think Crystron is basically, like, the meta call that something like Memento would be. Where it's just like, hey, this plays well into the hand traps, does stupid bullshit combo, and wins going first. Smile. But still has the ability to play, like, those hand traps. But yeah, this seems to be the tech choice of Totsuke. And it's like, it's literally just Crystron. Did he show the deck list? I don't think he does. I'm blind and missed it. Oh, he does. There it is. There it is. There's the deck list. It's crazy how good the Millennium cards end up being in this metagame. Just due to one simple change. One simple change genuinely makes them so incredible now. And it is simply the addition of Doomed Dragon. That is like it. I think if we had a Doomed Dragon on release of the Millennium cards in the TCG, they would probably have seen a lot more experimentation. Even with like Ryzeal and Malice being out, I still think you would realistically see them. Give me back some tier cards, yeah, sure. Crystron can play low to the ground if need be, especially with a card like Cluster giving a free prop every turn. There's been 3 Duelist Cups of Millennium being good. How many Duelist Cups has Fiendsmith been good? And Snake Eyes? And White Forest? And what's another one? Millennium. Yeah, Konami doesn't hit anything. That's the point. I'm glad you think that a ban list will do anything. I'm glad you are still hopeful, and you still have that spark of life in you. I don't. I think nothing is going to happen. I think we're going to get this forever, for always, and nothing is going to change at any point ever. What we're going to get next is, like, Solemn Strike to 2. Hip hip hooray, fuck your counter traps. That's it. That's all we're going to get. And you know it. They're going to put Red Reboot to 3, just to fuck with me. They're like, oh, you like trap cards? Die. Crystron's a little less fragile than Whitewood's. But the negate targets are very telegraphed in Sulfador's effect. It depends on your definition of fragile. I think Crystron doesn't die to any one specific hand trap like White Forest does, but Crystron dies to less kind of like haymaker hand traps. Like, they're more likely to falter to something like an Ash Imperm combo than something like White Forest. White Forest can, but I think Crystron has, like, at least, not with the Millennium stuff. I think the Millennium stuff significantly helps, but, like, the Crystron stuff itself is a lot more likely to falter to just, like, Ash, or Imperm, or Valor. Whereas, like, White Forest feels significantly like that is, feels significantly less likely for that to happen. And also, White Forest endboard is so much stronger. They'll ban every trap except Royal Decree and Red Reboot bet. True. Konami thinks minus 6,000 for Millennium is good and worthy pay. I'll pay 7,800 for that. Let's Spark be meta. Konami will ban. Okay, so you are coping immensely. You're thinking Konami's gonna ban anything. That's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. They will not touch anything ever at any point because they hate you. That's right, they hate you. They're gonna limit Divine Temple. They're gonna put, was it Requiem to 1? Now you only get one Requiem. That only messes with me and my stupid deck building. Anyway, cool deck. That's it. I don't really have anything else. Apparently this was fairly common as well, which is kind of interesting because we've seen 2 of the players. That's not what I did. We've seen 2 of the players now playing it, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, we can also look at the other. Sorry, we didn't look at the rest of the top players. I was thinking a smart move is to put Engraver to 1. A smart move would be to ban every Fiendsmith. Just start removing Light Fiends. Because they're a bit much. Anyway, North America, Joey, that's, I don't know, some guy. T2X Kid. Another guy. Zaid King. I know that guy. I have no idea who any of these guys are. Isn't that hilarious? I know Trish. Trish got 9th? Damn, unlucky. Anyway. LATAM. Judo. Oh, what was this guy playing? What was Judo playing? Vamos to find out. Jude. What is Judo? Is that his name? Nope. What the fuck? What is Jude? Is it? It's Jude, right? Jude something or other. That's not what I typed. What the fuck? What's this guy's name? What's this guy's name? Can I like select and copy? Judeo. I knew it. That's not what I clicked. What the fuck? I hate this game. Judeu. Yeah, that guy. I get that it's not English. Just type in the thing. Ah. It hasn't posted in 2 months. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Oh wait, he has a Twitch. Open the Twitch. Was he streaming? Surely. Surely. Surely brother was streaming. I like that he links his YouTube. Brother post. Wait, hold on. When was this? Yesterday. Okay, cool. Does it show what deck he's playing? He's playing fucking solo mode. Was he playing Mermail? Motherfucking Mermail? Oh, oh no! Oh, it's terrible! No! Truly a tragedy. Truly horrible. Oh no. Yikes. Tragic. Well, there you go. That's what he played. There you go. I don't care. Don't care. Don't care about any of those. Okay, who actually topped in North America? Who the hell is Joey? Who the fuck is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is he? Is this Did Zaid King post a video? Does Zaid King know any information? Zaid King, you deal. Is it this guy? No, I don't think so. Tragic. Tragic. We can check out Trish's list. Trishula. I know this guy exists. I know this one exists. Okay, okay. Go to Twitch. Of course it's on Twitch. It is Joey Wheeler. You are correct.
That's not incorrect.
Cute. What happened to my mouse? Why did it just disappear?
4,000.
Why are you playing fucking Blue Eyes?
I think so, right? Appreciate it, yeah. Oh, good luck, dude.
Who the hell is Joey?
Holy. Really hope Judy's safe. Yeah, I'm kind of just live to,
no, not that guy.
like, as the Judy support cheerlead squad. Do some W's for Joey. Can we do W's for Joey and prages for Judy? You got at least top 10. Yeah, I wanted to get back to at least top 10 for NA.
What's your deck list?
Look, I did it. Unfortunately, he.
Do we see a deck list? Probably. Probably somewhere, right? Early, maybe? Maybe very early? There we go. Oh, he was playing Snake Eye. Bro was at, hold on. Bro was at low numbers. Joey player changed his name. He was Kaiba before. Do we know who it is?
No, I honestly.
Okay, he's still playing Snake Eye. And then he switched to Blue Eyes. Who cares? I just want to know. Okay. Do we know who Joey is?
Didn't play at all.
That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. That's why I went to Trish. I wondered if he knew. I don't know who the rest of the. I know of Zaid King. I know that they are a top player. They were a top player in Duel Links for a while, and now they're. I don't want to call them a top player, but they're fairly consistent. They're like on the cusp. They're like a, you know, if like Worlds competitors, like Tatsuku, Joshua Schmidt, Ryan Yu, etc., are all like S tier, he'd be like a B tier player. It's like not quite that next tier, but one right below there. For a YouTube vid has what decks topped. Does he have all of them? I'll check. 5. Is it not that one? Is it his highlights channel?
All right. YouTube to be the best.
Where the fuck is this
European
information?
+1 Europe.
No, give me the fucking, give me the spreadsheet. I need the spreadsheet. Where is it? Where's the spreadsheet? Chat, where is it? Where's the spreadsheet? I need it. I need it. Tatsuku. Tatsuku is, It's $20? Never mind.
Gets 2 spots.
Don't care.
Just as a region that has.
I'll just react.
I think it's something to do with the splits of the DC Cups already having some Japanese players.
Why is this so small? Okay, according to what we currently know, there are 10 Crystron players, 7 Snake Eye, 5 Blue Eyes, 4 Mermail, 4 Branded, 4 Tenpai, 2 Memento, and a Gimmick Puppet. And that's all we know. Which I'm not gonna lie, that pretty much makes sense. That pretty much makes sense. What would Yu-Gi-Oh players do without Excel in their lives? Fucking get a job. True! Crystron best deck. Sure. I wonder if we'll see Crystron at Worlds. Like, that's a genuine question. Because I'm not gonna lie, Crystron doesn't seem very... It doesn't seem nearly as good as an option in a 3v3 style event, and not in a specific ladder climb when everyone is expecting, like, a specific meta. Does that make sense? Crystron best knowledge check. I also, this is only, what, like, 30 of the decks? Okay, I'm bad at math. 40 of the decks, right? 13, 25, no, yeah, it's about 30. 40. So, it's less than half. I would imagine they're still going to be out of the top 100. Likely more Snake Eye, Blue Eyes, and Mermail to come in. And maybe some other, you know, gimmicky stuff. I don't know how many more people are realistically going to be playing Crystron. And the reason I say that is because Crystron seemed like a very specific meta call to what everyone else was playing. And on top of that, I'm almost certain a lot of the people who played Crystron maybe played Crystron after switching from one other deck, right? Like a Snake Eye or a Blue Eyes or something like that. So, there you go. going second is rough with Crystron. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know how prevalent Crystron is going to be at Worlds. I would imagine people will play it, but likely as a second deck. Like if we're talking about the expected meta going into Worlds, I don't think much is going to change. Genuinely, I wish that wasn't the case, but I'm almost certain that is going to be the case. In which case, if we're talking about that, and we see that, like, hey, Crystron top deck in this WCQ, I don't think it's going to be nearly as represented as the myriad of other decks, right? Like, I think every team is going to have a Snake Eye and a Blue Eyes and a Mermail. I think those three are pretty much... Maybe not Mermail. No, yeah, probably Mermail, right? Because Snake Eye, Blue Eyes, and Mermail all require 3 different entirely separate engines to function. Let's see Emery with Flu. Drew. Quantal will probably play tier at Worlds because of Max C. That doesn't make sense. I think tier is still, I hate to say it, tier is still a realistic option for a lot of teams at Worlds. But I think genuinely the 3 that are going to be the most prominent is not Crystron. It's going to be Snake Eye / like the Millennium Fiendsmith slop, which is what I'll call it, because it's barely Snake Eye at this point. It's more just like pile.deck. It's all of the best engines, which includes Snake Eye. Because that end board is like less Snake Eye than it is Fiendsmith Millennium. Right? So, the slop pile and Blue Eyes and Mermail, because they're all very different in the engine requirements that they need, and none of them need the same, need the same staples. Crystron basically needs the Millennium stuff, and you would much rather give that to Fiendsmith Snake Eyes. Snake Eye branded tier? I don't know about branded. I think branded is pretty not great. Branded is also an option for sure. Here's the thing. I think people will play branded. I think branded will do terrible. Branded is great in a ladder environment where Konami stacks your deck for you and gives you every draw that you could have ever asked for, and you get to play against a wide variety of decks. When you have a specific metagame, I think branded is very mediocre. Because if people... 2 reasons. 1, branded kind of requires a lot of staples that you wouldn't think would be required, right? Like, they need to have things like thrust and tactics and super poly and the bestials, and the bestials are the big ones because you want the bestials probably in other decks, but you kind of need them in branded. And if bestials are good against Fiendsmith, maybe you want to give that to your deck that's specifically designed to beat Fiendsmith. I don't know. You could see branded, but I don't think it's a great option at Worlds. And on top of that, even outside of Worlds, I really don't think branded is that great. I think it works well in a ladder style format and in pretty much any other format where you're playing a specific meta. It gets hard stomped because if you're at all prepared for branded in any meaningful capacity, or if you side deck, or if any of that, if it's the best of 3, it gets yikes for branded. Did any of the finalists play branded last year? No. I don't think any of the top 4 played branded last year. I could check, but I don't think any of them did. Let me actually check. Also, new cards, PogChamp. We can close those. World champion. No. Sarah played Branded, which was fairly decent. Granted, it only played 6 games and won 4 of them. So not bad. But that was the only one in top 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 other players played it. If we look at the actual decks, I think it was pretty high up there in terms of the number played, but it didn't really do anything special. In fact, it was actually pretty shit. Like, this is what I'm saying. We saw it last year, and it did terrible. This is not me, like, pulling shit out of my ass. It's just, like, yeah, it wasn't good. And a lot of this has to do with 2 simple facts. 1, Branded in a best of... Or, sorry, not in a best of. Branded in an environment where, like, against the best players is not going to do nearly as well. People will know how to break it, and also people will know to stay in the game. Like, they're going to continue to play the game, right? Which I think is where Branded gets more boom. But also, this was an environment with, like, UBell. So it's also like, oh, cool. Anyway, just do full UBell combo anyway, and not give a shit. So. But yeah, Branded was not all that great. Neither was Voiceless, to be fair. So there's that. But also Branded had an insane coin win rate, and still only won half of those games. Whereas, like, you look at UBell and it's like, yeah, those stats are way better. Like, hey, if it wins the coin flip, it basically wins the game. Just hype Memento for stage 2, but it just wasn't it. Memento was, I mean, it wasn't the most common, but it was there. I wouldn't say it wasn't it. Man, I miss Pearly. We all do. Pearly was sick. Also, goddamn, that coin win rate. Holy. Anyway, yeah. Yep. So, going back to Branded specifically. Branded always tends to do well in the WCQs, or in Duelist Cup. 2 reasons. 1, Branded players are terminally insane. And 2, Branded tends to do well in ladder style formats, where you can just kind of coast on either bad plays or on people not knowing exactly how your deck works, or I don't know. That's pretty much it, right? Or like not having specific hate targeted towards your deck, right? But in a more centralized meta, Branded's never going to do well, because if Branded is a good deck, and people prepare even remotely for it, it becomes way worse. Bestials, DD Crow, like, you know, in side deck style formats, things like Dimensional Barrier, etc., just like entirely shut down the deck and basically make it unplayable, right? So yeah, it just tends to get worse if people know about it. That's pretty much it. So yeah. Oh, dying. Anyway, coolio. That's Do we know anything else from... Oh, Europe. Quantal got second. I don't know who this is. We can check out Quantal and his deck list. Does he not have a... Let's find out. There it is. Ah, it's Quantal Think. There we go. Let's see if they've posted in the last year. Nope. Nope. Okay. Well, there you go. That's why. Tragic. But yeah, they got second. Oh, Fictinium. I don't think they made it, but we can check out what they were playing. That is not what I typed. What in the... I fucking hate this stupid ass AI bullshit. I don't know. I don't think he's into YouTube. Yeah, it's all good. It doesn't matter too much. Anyway, I keep going back to this one as if that's where this is. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. No idea. This is just player. Yeah. Not entirely sure who the rest of these are in the top 10. So, however, shout out to Tatsuku. Shout out to Ray J. Shout out to Gimlet. I know Gimlet. I couldn't find their anything. They might be on a different channel or a different website like Billy or something like that. But no idea who Joey is. Maybe they'll announce themselves later. But we can also see like Sarah is on here as well. So they are likely coming to Worlds again. Where's Jessica? Did she participate? I feel like this year we have way more options in regards to what? Just like more decks to play? In comparison to what? Like in comparison to last year? I think the meta's not as centralized as it was, but I don't think there's more options. Does that make sense? Like, I think... The thing is, like, last year at Worlds, Snake Eye and Yubel were very clearly the best decks, but nothing was so far below them where it felt like it wasn't worth playing anything else. There was a lot of things that you could still play, right? Tier, Pearly, Voiceless Voice, etc., right? It still felt like there was a bunch that you could play and likely would play. Whereas, like, in the tier meta, it was just tier. Like, you just play tier. That was it. That was all that you would play, right? And everything was so heavily centralized around that specific deck that pretty much anyone who played tier didn't play any other deck, basically. Right? I highly doubt Sprite will see play. Mostly because Sprite, for two reasons. One, Sprite takes a lot of staples. You may not think it, but Sprite's really good with, like, a lot of hand traps or things like triple tack or droplet or stuff like that that are likely just better in other decks. And two, Sprite doesn't necessarily do anything special that would give it a specifically good matchup into any of those other decks as well. Like, at that point, just play Crystron. Or at that point, just play, I don't know, White Forest. Right? Sprite in theory is good. But, like, sorry. The other thing, third, is Runic is dead. You can't play Runic in Master Duel. It's just too inconsistent because you only have the one field spell, which means if the field spell goes away, you're kind of boned. Right? Which means Runic Sprite is also not realistic. And there's not really another variant of Sprite that would be worth... Maybe you could get away with, like, Tri-Brigade Sprite, but I don't know if that's worth it over something like... I don't know, Memento? Right? Or the myriad of other options that are available to you. Yeah, Fountain to 3 when? I'll take Fountain to 2. But my biggest problem is the fact that while Fountain is at 1, so are like half of the Runic cards. Like why? Why are like 90% of the Runic cards limited? Why'd they do that? Like, I believe Tip's at 2. Destruction's at 1. Freezing Curses is at 2. The Slumber's at 2 for some fucking reason. No. Freezing Curses is at 3. Sorry, it's Smiting Storm. No, not Smiting Storm. The one that destroys special summon monsters. That one's at 2. Like, there's half of the deck is literally at 2 or at 1. And it's like, why? Emergency ban list before Worlds to unlimit Runics? Please. It was that or ban the floodgates. True! Yeah, imagine getting rid of the problems. No, instead we're gonna semi-limit Solemn Judgment, Smile. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. This WCQ sucked ass anyway. So, there's that. We have new cards, PogChamp new cards. Let's quickly talk about them. We have Rebel Bots, which is a new archetype, I believe, in the most recent TCG release, which is a TCG exclusive. Which, reminder, the last TCG exclusive we got was Mitsurugi, which is goated. So, anyway, we have RBGA10 Driller, which I believe they are all... No, they're all different. Okay, interesting. Anyway, we have the GA10 Driller, which is a level 3 Earth Machine effect monster with 500, and if you control no face-up monsters, or the only face-up monsters you control are RB monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. I hate it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is just not Takatomborg. This is just Terror Top, and I don't like that. Not a fan of that. You can only special summon it once per turn this way. Cool. During your main phase, if this card is linked to an RB Link monster, quick effect, pay 500, target a monster your opponent controls, destroy that monster, and this card. Oh, that's a cool mechanic. Oh, I immediately know what this is, and that is a very cool mechanic. So the idea is you actually link your monsters to your, like, Link monster. You actually use the Link zones. And then via that, you're going to gain effects. Which is super cool. And it's kind of like building a mech. That's really interesting. That is super cool. I'm super excited for this. How was my trip? It was good. It was good. But I got sick. But now I'm recovering and feeling much better. Anyway, we have GA10 Cutter, which is a level 4 Earth Machine effect monster with 7/7. If you control no face-up monsters or or the only face-up monsters you control are RB, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon it once per turn this way. Cool. When your opponent's spell trap card or effect is activated and this card is linked to an RB, you pay 700 to destroy this card, negate the effect, if you destroy that card. Cool. It's just a spell trap negate. Not a fan. What's the label? What label? Huh? Coolio. It's a simple spell trap negate. I like this one. This one's a cool effect. This one's pretty simple. It still destroys itself, which is something of note, but that's pretty cool. Anyway, we have Valkan Rocket, which is a level 5 fire machine effect monster. Fire machine. Interesting. With 1,000 and 1,000. And if this card, if you control no face-up monsters or the only face-up monsters you control are RB monsters, you can special summon this card from hand. You can only special summon it once per turn this way. If this card is linked to an RB link monster, you pay 1,000, target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Also, this card, and if you do inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. This is just the better version of this thing. Cool. Alright, cool. Then we have the RB Valkan Booster, which is a bunch of the rockets strapped together, which is a Link 2 Fire Machine Link effect monster with 500 attack and points up and down, and requires 2 machine monsters. It's not entirely generic, but it is still technically generic. Let's see if that matters. On Link Summon, you can add an RB spell from your deck to your hand. I have a problem with this because of a little card called Terror Top. Hey, guess what? What type is that, chat? What type is that? Tell me what type that is. That's right, it's machine! More shit for Terror Top to do. Can we ban Terror Top again, please? I'm so sick of this card. I hate it. I think it's a terribly, horribly, horrendously, atrociously designed card. Please get it out of here. I hate it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, if this card is in the extra monster zone, you can special summon an RB monster from your hand or grave in defense position. Then you can move this card you control to another of your main monster zone. Also, you can't special summon from the extra decks for the rest of this turn, except for machine monsters with 1,500 or less attack. You can still summon, that's right, Halqifibrax. Whoa! Did y'all know you can still summon Halqifibrax off of that? That's crazy. I wonder if it's related to GG. No. No, it's just like a brand. Anyway, coolio. Anyway, we have RB the Brute Blues, which is the guy that you're going into, which is a Link 3 wind machine effect monster, which requires 1,500 attack, Link 3, all pointing down, and it requires 2 plush machine monsters, which again is generic, but only kinda. Gains the following effects based on this, while this card points to an RB monster, gains attack equal to the original attack of the RB monster it points to, can make a second attack during each battle phase, can make a second attack each battle phase, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and during your main phase, you can add 1 RB card from your deck to your hand, and that's it. Cool. I mean, that's not bad. That's pretty cool. Hulk, but with a massive caveat. No, I was mentioning Hulk because this says you can only summon monsters with 15 machine monsters with 1,500 or less attack, which Hulk has 15. That's all. That's all I was pointing out. I was like, hey, you can still summon Hulk. Let's go. I was not comparing this card to Halqifibrax. It's not at all. This is nothing like Halqifibrax. It is a balanced, fair Yu-Gi-Oh card. Anyway, RB Funk Dock, which is a field spell card. This is when this card is activated, add an RB card from your deck to your hand, except itself. Each time a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you gain 500 life points. That's nice. Win in time. Smile. If a face-up RB card or RB monster you control leaves the field by card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon an RB monster from your deck. Oh, Oh, holy shit, that's crazy. Well, that changes a lot about what I had originally thought about this deck. Okay, so that means if you can get to the Link 3 pretty much at all. No, because this doesn't, like, revive a guy. I'm trying to think of a way that you get... It's Terror Top. It's just Terror Top. You just do Terror Top. Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought about that. Do you have a way of getting into this guy and then also putting guys to link zones consistently? Like, can you put this guy onto the field consistently and then also have the monsters that he points to on field? Like, can we still put these on field? Because I'm struggling to think of a world in which you could do that consistently. Like, I can think of Terror Top. I can think of, like, some of the Earth Machine stuff with, like, Infinitrack and such. So you might be able to. But you can't use, like, generic link spam stuff, and it's not cybers, so you can't just guarantee a whole bunch of free bodies with circular or with malice or something. Yeah, but the RBs can only special summon themselves if you control no face-up monsters or they're all RB monsters. Which means, like, you could Terror Top right into them. But they also could get, like, stuck in your hand if you have something else. Because it's not machine monsters, it's specifically RB monsters. Which is why I'm like, oh, how easy is that to actually accomplish? Because, like, you go Terror Top for Takatomborg into the Link 2 special summon from deck. Then you go into the Link 3, and then... Oh, I guess... Sorry, hold on. I absolutely lied to you. It's not from deck. This is way worse than I thought. Summon from hand or grave. So you could go, like, Link 2, and then, like... Yeah, I don't know. It's not great. You could, like, special summon and link off, but that's not great either. Oh! You go, like, Terror Top, grab Takatomborg. No, but then you can't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you could play Urgent Schedule. That's obviously an additional thing. We need a cleaning products archetype. Look at Appliancer. I guess that's technically not a cleaning product thing, but... I mean... What's Laundry Dragon? That's a cleaning appliance, right? Or a product. 2 machines into Link 2. Yeah, you can summon the monster you search, but the thing is, you only get one monster. And if you only have one, right? If you only have Rocket, that's not great. Terror Top, search Takatomborg, get Drolled, cry. That's the story of my life! I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure out this. I don't know enough about machine archetypes. Also, why the hell is this guy a wind? Just make him an earth. Just make him an earth, please. Why is he a wind? Anyway. Crazy field spell, but I don't know how much it's going to actually do. RB Stage Landing, which is a which special summons an RB monster from deck or extra deck with a different name from the cards you control. Oh, I figured it out. Oh, chat, I figured it out. That's how you do it. You search the fucking normal spell. So, you make this guy searches this guy then searches this, and then you special summon from deck. Crazy. Just cheat a monster, easy. If an RB monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you could banish this card from grave instead. You cannot special summon from the extra deck. Because when you activate this, it's for machine monsters with 1500 or less attack. Okay. A link deck that actually uses link arrows. Forgot they weren't just for show. I like the concept. This definitely needs something else to do. Like a trap card to maybe set, or maybe like an additional guy to be able to put onto your field as like, I don't know, protection of some kind. I mean, to be fair, this guy does get some fair amount of protection just by being linked. Gains the following effects while this card points to an RB monster. Gains attack, gains a second attack, and then can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. Like, that's fairly decent, but also, like, I don't know, they need something. This is still so incredibly susceptible, and your entire plan is basically having this guy on the field, and it doesn't do anything. Terrortop just auto got a sub-archetype. Terrortop is a sub-archetype. What are you talking about? Super Heavy Samurai. I forgot about those cards. You're right. Super Heavy Samurai actually goes crazy here. Doesn't it? Super Heavy Samurai just does this entire combo. Also, wait, hold on. How many of their... Is it super heavy? Oh, it's one word. How many of their extra or their synchro monsters have more than 1,500? Quite a few of them, but not all of them. Notably, this guy. The reason I say notably is because this guy nukes your back row. Not that that does anything, but like... You can make Ninja. That guy's cool. Again, not that it matters. Honestly, this would be a fairly decent pile to put the Super Heavy Samurai stuff in. Like, you can play Urgent Schedule, you can play Takatomborg, obviously. And then you also play, like, Wakaushi. And this whole package. But then you lose so effortlessly to Droll. Like, you just get absolutely kicked in the teeth by Droll. Am I wrong? Like, how many searches do you have? Oh, you actually only have 2 from this itself. Search off of this, and you search off of this. And this, if you end up getting Drolled after searching this, is, like, pretty fucking bad, right? Yeah, but if you search this, it's not that big of a deal. What's up, Ninja? How's it going? Some things just die to Droll. True. Chimera Attack has 0 attack at default. True, technically speaking, I believe that is the case. That's a guy you could summon, probably. I don't know if you'd want to. So what are we calling Ritual Beast now? RB. Just don't put the dots in it. Technically I think you can get from Sidra stuff. But I feel like RB Sidra is code. Ritual Beast Sidra. What the hell is Ritual Beast doing in here? You better not forget those fucking dots. Because this is not RB. It's R.B. RB is Ritual Beast. That's like when people say SS for Sky Striker, or Sword Soul, or fucking Susan Storm. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else. There's another SS deck. What's the other SS deck? The Secret Police. Not that one. Sorry, my bad. My favorite game is AC. I too like air conditioning. Yeah, Super Heavy Samurai was the other one. Although, a lot of people do, SHS. But that's the thing, is, like, you can do that. But you could also do that with RB. I'm saying RB. But when you type it, you better type R.B. At the very least. At the very least, you better put one dot in there. Because technically, it's, what is it? Rebel bots. You do R bots as well. It's not Super Heavy Samurai, though. That is technically true. But it's also not. Okay, that's a bad example. I was gonna say McDonald's, but that like doesn't make sense. So never mind. 6 Sam. 6 Sam was the other one that I was also thinking of. True. Yeah, there's too many. You can't do SS because it means too many things in Yu-Gi-Oh. There's too many quote unquote S decks. Like you could do swords for Sword Soul. You could do Striker for Sky Striker. I get that it's so much faster, but like text is it's there's not enough nuance in text. Branded Despia, true. Spranded no, that's impossible to say. Anyway, cool archetype. It looks cool. I actually do think that there is a fair chance this is actually good. I don't think it'll be Mitsurugi good, but I think it I don't know, it could be. I think it's like 1 to 2 pieces of support away from being Mitsurugi good. I think you could I could genuinely see this being very comparable. And not because of what it itself is doing, but due to the fact that these are just a bunch of free-ass guys. And, like, this could just be an Earth, or, like, a Machine Turbo style deck with things like, with things like, Super Heavy Samurai, or Earth Machine, or the myriad of other machine options that are available currently. Tostinos? Who the hell is Tostinos? Yes, it's already above Ashen. That is true. I can see this as an engine to link climb for machines. Yeah. Well, if you can dodge this, like if you don't go into this guy, maybe. But yeah. Magic made a waifu archetype? Do they make archetypes in Magic? They don't do that. Archetypes aren't real. They can't hurt you. Oh, Tistina. I totally forgot Tistina was a thing. I consistently forget that deck, like, even exists. Kinda boring. Feels like Kashtira without the good effects attached to them. What? What about this is boring? This is such a cool idea. Closer to Mimighoul or Goaty good? Playable but not meta? With the first wave, yes. With the first wave, yes. It could also be Mitsurugi good. It is so close to being, like, insane. I don't know what it needs. Honestly, just like a 4th monster that, like, searches a guy. Like, that'd be crazy. And, like, a Link monster that maybe is a finisher, or like a Link 1. Table 500 good? No. I don't think this would be a very good table 500 deck. I'm not gonna lie. What combo does this deck do that's interesting? This is a boring ass deck. What table 500 combo are you getting out of this? Genuine question. Genuine question. Boring is not waifu. True. Also, this is just the Iron Giant, right? It also has the ability to cheat out this guy or this guy with the spell. Like, you could literally just go special summon this guy, right? Oh, this guy adds the RB spell as well. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Yeah, this is so much better than I thought it was. But like, you could just then special summon an additional guy. Like, you go spell, you special summon a guy, you use it for link material for like a link 1 or a link 2 or something like that, and then you bring it back, and then you go into the link 3, and then we're off to the races. And then it's just incredible, right? Americans and their construction equipment. True. Yes, you can use the spell 3 times, but realistically, are you going to be able to draw all 3 of the spells? That's great. You could use that spell 3 times. If you get it once, that's incredible. That's what I'm saying. This doesn't need to be played 3 times. It's cool that it can be. That doesn't fucking matter. The non-once per turn is not what makes this good. The fact that this gets a guy is what makes this good. Seeing multiple of it is just better. But this is not... The lack of a once per turn is not what makes this a good card. There are some cards, like Engage, where the lack of a once per turn is the entire reason to play the card. This is not one of them. Seeing multiple of this is nice. Most of the time, you're not likely to actually see multiple of it. Right? Because this, maybe you see it like once, right? Because you would go this to search the field spell. The field spell would then search out this. And then this could special summon a guy. And you could special summon this guy. And then maybe you could grab a second one. And then you get hard drolled and you just die. Worst quick launch. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this deck hard loses to droll now that I'm thinking about it. Because, like, Takatomborg, or, like, Terror Top into Takatomborg, droll, die. Booster, search the spell. Most of the time, you're probably going to search the field spell, unless you already have it, in which case you're going to search the other spell, which is lucky if you do, but unlucky if you don't. And in that case, droll, die. Pearly Memory spell without a discard. Yeah. Cool cards. I wonder how many of these cards you actually do play. Some decks just die to troll. Yep. Yup. And see, that's the issue. Because I'm like, this deck dies to droll. Super Heavy Samurai doesn't necessarily play well into droll either. It also dies to droll. The Terror Top stuff doesn't really help you with the droll. I'm trying to think if there's, like, an engine that helps you with droll, but there really isn't. So it's like, droll is just, like, a death sentence. Can they ban droll already? No. I hate to say it, droll is actually necessary. Unlike something like Max C, all droll is doing is slowing down the opponent. That's all it does. Max C just strictly generates you advantage. However, the other thing with droll is that it cuts you out of Fua, Perulia, Meowls. So, now there is a meaningful choice between the draw cards and droll. So sometimes the draw cards are really, really good, and you want to play those. And sometimes droll is really, really good. You want to play that. But they're not consistent, and they're not the same. And they compete for spots. If we're in a format with Max C, then, like, the draw guys don't matter as much, and droll is just objectively better. But even with that, it's still not, like, exceptional because of the same reason. Anyway. You could splash this in Rescue Ace. You could. I wish droll couldn't be used going first. True. No one mentions the artworks are too simple? Too simple? What the fuck about this is too simple? They're perfect. What do you mean? Except for maybe this one. I don't like this one. All of the rest of these are goated. 10 out of 10, no nuts. They're perfect. Give droll the Charmies restriction. I mean... no. Do you know how many cards play around droll anyway? Yes, there's a lot of decks and cards that do die to droll. And that is frustrating. But I also think almost every single deck also has ways to play under droll. Droll doesn't, like, stop you from playing. Unlike Max C. Max C is just like, oh, this just kills, like, 90% of decks. Droll is like, no, pretty much every deck has something that they can do under it. Like, this deck still has ways to play under droll. You still can do stuff, right? Depending on the extension that you drew, right? Like, if you drew Stage Landing, you still just put this guy onto the field, and then you could put one of these that you maybe already had in hand, and bada bing, bada boom, you have the full combo. How the hell does Ice Jade function under droll? What are you talking about? Depending on the cards in hand, that deck does not need to search once. Because one of the guys just summons... Sorry, no, I'm thinking of... Sorry, I was thinking of Ice Barrier, not Ice Jade. I have no idea how Ice Jade functions. Period. I don't know. Deck reminds me of Roids that are also Wind and Earth Machine and never got support. True. Anyway, cool archetype. It's time for meme review. I search Cradle, get drolled, and die. Deserved. To be fair, isn't that just Ice Jade in general? Like, you just interact with them and they die? Am I wrong? It's like saying Warrock dies to droll. It's like, yeah, but also Warrock dies to, like, a stiff breeze. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. It also dies to looking at it strange. Anyway. Oh, man, it keeps coming on. Not if we have manifestation. Not if I have medium, dude. Like, yes, Droll does technically kill decks, but so does Nibiru, so does Ash Blossom. Like, there's a bajillion other cards that also kill decks as well. But like, in actual competitive environment, Droll, like 99% of competitive decks have plays under Droll, and that's what makes them competitive. This deck as well did have plays under Droll. It just felt really bad to get Drolled. Similar to Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi absolutely can play into Droll. It has the ability to still put up additional pieces of interaction. It's just going to be significantly worse, and it definitely slows them down. Only Murkrow gets it? No. Anyway. Here we go. It's meme review time. Well, we are cooked. Girls at a sleepover. Let's summon a demon. OMG, this is gonna be so fun. Boys at a sleepover. Who keeps summoning them? I love this meme. This is a 10 out of 10 meme. This is genuinely one of the best memes we've seen. It's so good. I love it. 10 out of 10. 5D's reference. Let's go. I saw this earlier. It's so good. It's actual good use of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's funny. And that never happens. 10 out of 10. I appreciate the accuracy to the 5D show. Yep. If Master Duel hit Fiendsmith after the WCQ, I think I may cry. Who may cry? What? Okay. I get it, but I fear for the future. Also, what the hell is happening in this picture? Ignore the text. Who made this picture? I gotta know. And yikes! I am the storm that is approaching. Hold on. We'll do it later. Anyway, TCG in Ryziel Malice format. Mitsurugi Malice format, excuse me. OCG in Dragon Tail Canine meta. Master Duel still in Snake Eyes meta. Yep, yeah, no, you're right. Anyway, moving on. Let's ball together. She'll never be ballin'. I hate that this is funny. No. This is a good one. I like it. I like it. This one's good. It's so simple. Why? Oh. Is this one not funny? The simplicity of just ball. That one's funny. I would never have thought of this. This is this is exactly the brain rot that I would expect. But it is funny. It's not horny as well. It makes actual good use of the picture. Her gloves are different. I don't think she has gloves in this one. Also, what the fuck is going on with his finger? Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Lore test time. Oh, you play branded? Tell me which are Albaz and which are Aluba. Fuck. Yeah, I don't fucking care. I thought about it. Don't care. Also, why are you using the alt art pictures instead of, like, the actual pictures? Say the line. Baron, we need to cure the patient. Vos spons en la activación. Only two are Aluber? True. Which ones? Because I could not tell you. I think it's this one. And then I don't care. If you think that's bad, then don't look at goddesses, 2 left hands. Which goddess? Anyway, where are they now? End of season recap. Fallen? Dead. Wait. Yeah, doesn't he just become champion Sargus? Does the Therion die? I thought he just became Sargus. Am I going crazy? I thought he just became this guy. That guy's dead. That guy's evil. That guy's dead. Kind of. Alive. But depression. Well, okay. Okay, that's cheating. They're alive. Everyone here is depressed. Let's be honest. Except for Shurek, my boy. He got out scot-free. He became Sargus. Okay, so this guy's not dead. And I'm not crazy. I was like, I don't think anything happened to the Therions. I think the Therions were just like having a good time. And he's like, I'm the champ! He got turned into Therion Irregular and Sargus beats him and becomes champion Sargus. But does he die? He's absorbed into Sargus. Okay, so he does die. Okay. I was very confused. I was like, hold on. I don't remember this guy dying. He technically dies. Okay. Fine. Just went broke. I knew Sargus and Regulus were different, but I thought Regulus was like the upgraded Sargus. Sorry. Champion Sargus was the upgraded Regulus. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't care enough. Look, Tri-Brigade, my boy, he's living his good life. Anyway, what was this? Fallen, dead, alive but gay, alive, evil, dead, alive but depression, dead, alive. Cool. Why do I care? I don't. Boo didn't see this coming. And it's okay. Yeah. Fusion. Not a good time to be Dragon Link. I put Bestials in my deck, I run into Mermail Crystron, I take Bestials out of my deck, I run into Fiendsmith Blue Eyes. Okay. Snake Eye has been meta for over a year now. Sir, you can come out of your coma. Sir, you've been in a coma for over a year. Oh boy, I can't wait to play Master Duel. It's been so long. Last time I played Snake Eyes was a tier 1 deck. Surely that deck has been gone by now. I really hated playing against it. Long one was literally put in the fridge. True. I owe it all to them, the real MVPs. My opponent surrendering, me who messed up the combo and was about to forfeit. Tracked, search Lurie, discard for cost, Lurie, special summon from grave. Players who complain about Fiendsmith, players who actually play Fiendsmith. What? Okay. Wait, what was the repost? This one? Cool. Bro. So I'm a light fiend. Bro's a light fiend. Hey, do you have that work report for me? I have never had this desire at any point doing work. Not this. Not this one for sure. Yikes. But okay. 90% of decks according to the people's posts about this archetype. Featuring Engraver from the Fiendsmith series. Better than featuring Millennium. It's just a draw one. I won't ash it. The type of bullshit they draw off of it. Okay, whatever. Everyone forgot what dueling is about. It's about fun. It's okay to use meta decks or decks that have a higher win rate, because dueling is about fun, and winning is fun. They're not wrong. Also, shit meme. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. What opinion about Yu-Gi-Oh! Would you defend like this? Yes, you are all wrong. Floodgates are okay. There you go. That's my thought. They didn't play around Nibiru. What? What? I'm so... What is What is this? I'm so confused as to what's happening. I'm Pendulum's last soldier, as even Konami has given up. Deservedly. They became fossils. Oh, and the baby's still there. Got it. Okay, okay. Because that did not make sense. Wow, this meme sucked. Tour guide got off on the wrong stop. The effect of tour guide of the underworld to activate a chain. Another effect. First time here. Or we're just waiting for someone to acknowledge that he's bored so that he can vent. Also, the "what's your opinion that you defend" meme isn't a meme. Just happens. That just happens when for some reason the bot labels any post as meme. Yeah, I don't know. These... Look, I think there were 2 good memes in here. I think there were genuinely 2. I think this one, because it was actually a good use of this picture. And honestly, I just think that a blank will never be ballin', and then bro's fucking ballin' is hilarious. That's just me. And then this one. This one is peak. This one is maybe the best one of... This is like Cyber's Dum Dum levels of funny. This is up there with like La Peak. I love it. Kill the floodgate or make them so strong everyone is playing it. It's when floodgates are rogue that it becomes annoying. I disagree. Okay. Let me scroll down. Here's the thing. Floodgates should not be strong. But floodgates how do I put this? Floodgates are a good thing for Yu-Gi-Oh! Having something that slows the opponent down in a meaningful capacity by restricting something specific is good. Cards like Abyss Dweller, Droll and Lockbird, Synchro Zone, etc. are what I would consider to be good, healthy cards. The problem is people so heavily hate playing against floodgates because they are annoying. Because now you can't do the thing. Stop doing the thing. But Dimensional Fissure is fine. It's a fine card. It's strong from time to time. And from time to time it's really terrible. And it doesn't do anything. Right? And that is the case with a lot of floodgates. The Mimighoul field spell. Yeah. Or like the Ghost Strike field spell. Or is it the trap? It's a trap. It's a trap. That, like, keeps everything booked. Right? You can't, like, flip summon anything. But the point is that, genuinely speaking, I do not think that floodgates are a bad card design. I think that there are a few floodgates that are too restrictive. Mostly the things that are, like, don't summon. Those are just silly. But things that are like, hey, stop using your extra deck. Sorry, that's... Stop using your grave, right? Like, Necro Valley, or like, Dimensional Fissure, or like... Not Macrocosmos. Macrocosmos is too much. And also anything that's one-sided, where it's like, oh, you can't do a thing, but I can do a thing, that's also not allowed. It's got to be reciprocal. Right? So again, something like Synchro Zone, A-okay. Right? We should just unban everything and just have a free-for-all. Master Duel already feels like that. You know, I can't argue with that. That's pretty much what Master Duel is right now. When True Draco was the best, the mirror turned into control versus control. Yeah. But the thing is, like, floodgates are not... The thing with True Draco is, like, the floodgates were still very clearly the problem. But True Draco could still have been the best deck without said floodgates, right? Back in the day, right? But, like, control versus control is not a bad matchup, right? Like, playing a Labyrinth mirror match is not terrible. Playing a Paleo mirror match is not terrible, right? There's a lot of these, like, control mirror matches. Like, playing a Fiendsmith control mirror match is not terrible. Di-Fi should be banned for the fun of the game. No. Nope. The thing is, floodgates serve a purpose. That purpose is not to annoy, but to allow people to not have to play a specific style. So fucking many people in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just despise anything that is not combo slop. That is not taking 10 bajillion actions, searching 1,000 cards, and putting everything onto your board all at once immediately. And that is not how Yu-Gi-Oh! Should function. Yu-Gi-Oh! Should not just be one thing that you do. One playstyle. You should be rewarded for playing a longer game plan, for having to take more slow-paced actions. And floodgates reward that. And that's good. That's a good thing. I like floodgates. They're good. They're good for the game. They're good for balance. They're good for fun. The problem is, a lot of floodgates, too overpowered. And also a lot of decks are too powerful even into said floodgates. Right? Like, if you just go first, it doesn't matter if your opponent has Skill Drain or Tikbu or something like that. They're just going to get negated or popped or banished. And it's going to not even matter. If you want a bad example of floodgates, you can look at Heroes. Exactly. Floodgates seeing the future is my biggest gripe. I agree with that. Shouldn't see the future. I do agree that that is kind of silly and stupid. That being said, I don't think that that is a problem necessarily with floodgates, but more so just with the way that Yu-Gi-Oh! Works. Why? Anyway, it's fine. But again, things like Tikbu, Rivalry, Goes In, I think are bad and overpowered. But like, Di-Fi is fine. Dweller is fine. Droll is fine. Colossus. Thunder Dragon Colossus is fine. Isn't it more them not seeing the future that's the problem? What? No. It's the fact that if I have a warrior on my side of the field and a fiend, right? And Teekboo's on the field, and I want to go into my fiend extra deck monster, Nightmare Phoenix, to pop their trap, I can't do that because I already have a fiend on the field. But the thing is, the fiend wouldn't be on the field when the other fiend hits the field, because it'd go to the grave. It'd hit the grave first before the other thing hits the field. So it's telling the future and saying, up, 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 you can't summon that, because in the future another fiend would be on the field, and you currently have a fiend. I was like, what? But you don't know what materials I'm gonna use. It's like, fiend, and it kicks your teeth in. Disagree with the Colossus. The fact that it protects itself and is one-sided is ridiculous in my opinion. You could have multiple of them. Okay. Beatrice isn't that bad. No, Beatrice is that bad. But my point is, the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! To me, more so than Floodgates themselves, is the fact that Floodgates are rewarded because of how quickly games are decided by not just like the Floodgates existence, but just like in general. Like either you have the outs to the Floodgate or you don't. And there's no real like choice. There's basically one type of deck that you get to play right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's been this way for quite some time, and it's basically just combo. You just play a combo deck. That's it. That's all that exists in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's so few examples of anything that's not that. And it's silly. So I'd rather see Floodgates, and I think Floodgates are good, because it makes games not just that. I don't necessarily enjoy playing Floodgates. They're not my favorite thing to play. But at the very least, it's different. It's something different. I get to play a different style of Yu-Gi-Oh! Would negate should be able to negate activated summon effects. True. If your opponent would summon, yeah. Yes, basically missing timing is stupid, and I hate it. And the fact that missing timing is a thing is really dumb, but that's beside the point. What's up, Extreme? Anyway, this meme review sucked. Or I should say, these memes sucked. Except for this one. This one was good. That's pretty much it. We have a bunch of nationals to talk about. We have the German national, which was huge. We have the Poland national, which was also huge. Or decent, I should say. We have the UK national, which was also fairly decent. And I don't know if there was anything else. Oh, I'm lying. The Poland national like didn't fucking matter. There was like 100 people there. I think there was another one. Another national that happened not too long ago. Oh, the Italian one. That's what it was. It was the Italian one. There we go. So we got 3 to talk about. Did I do a ban list prediction? No. Do I give a shit? No, because it's not going to matter. Anyway, we'll start with the UK National, which we can see Mitsurugi ended up winning. Woo! Malice came in second. Not really too surprising. They were also the most represented decks. Likely, you know, some more in here as well. Chron did fairly well. Also got to top 4. But nothing else really of note. I guess there, like, a U-Bell is kind of interesting. Let's see if we can see that U-Bell list. It's pretty much the exact same as when Fiendsmith first came out, except for the fact that they're playing Synced as well. And only 1 Nightmare Pain. But, for the most part, still pretty much the same. So, not really too much of note there. There's a Tempai, there's a Regenesis, which I don't know if we're going to see that. Oh, here's the Regenesis list. Hooray! Basically just a bajillion Bestials, and then the Regenesis monsters that are actually good. Or the Regenesis cards that are actually good. And then, that's pretty much it. But, yeah. Mitsurugi still ended up taking it, alongside Malice coming in second. Also, the non-British person, instead the Irish person, ended up taking it, which is peak comedy. That's Irish, right? That's the Irish flag? Or am I crazy? Is that randomly something else? Because, like, one of the colors happens to be slightly different. Would you Temple to 1? True! Semi-limit Solemn Strike. They're going to unlimit Red Reboot on top of that. Anyway, we have the German National, which Blue Eyes ended up winning, with Ryzeal coming in second, Mitsurugi being in top 4. Also, apparently this is just, like, pure Ryzeal, which is... Oh, yeah! Oh, I think we saw another list like this, with the Ryzeal Hieratic. We could also take a look at these finals, if we wanted to, because that seems pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Yu-Gi-Oh! Hello? Yu-Gi-Oh! Germanets. I have it pulled up. But we can see the Blue Eyes list. Pretty simple. Like, nothing interesting really in here. Except for maybe DD Crow? No, I don't know. All of this seems pretty standard. Yeah. Dinkabui playing Mitsurugi, Ryzeal, Fiendsmith. Dinka. Raigeki or Lightning Storm to 3 as well. True. Ireland? There's 2 Ireland, though. What? Anyway. So, there you go. Then we have the Italian Nationals, which was won by Memento, which is another fairly standard list, at least for Memento. Memento does this very specific thing where it's like, oh, I'm just going to run you over with Engine, because it can do that, which is kind of cool, right? If it sees this quick plays, it can just kind of run you over with Engine, so it just plays a lot of the Molt's armies to just draw into that Engine, and to really play well into basically any deck, right? Fualos, Perulia, Meowmals, all are fairly decent right now, right? Ryzeal gets absolutely cooked by Perulia, Meowmals cooks the Malice deck, and then Fua kind of cooks a bunch of other decks as well. So, lots of decks just get hit by any one of those individual Perulias, which is pretty cool. There you go. And then, of course, we have another one of these lists, which I believe we've actually seen this one. But yeah, it's the Hieratic, or Heraldic Beast. Sorry, not Hieratic. Heraldic Beast Ryzeal, which I'll explain to you what this does. But very interesting, very silly. We see Murail as well, Mitsurugi as well. in the top cut, not just Ryzeal, but Mitsurugi Ryzeal, which still, again, the most represented, which I believe is the case in all of these, right? 17 Mitsurugi in top 64, right? So still incredibly highly represented. The second most is Malice, at least of what we know. Likely there's even more, because there's 27 unknowns in this one. Right here, Mitsurugi is 6 out of, the top 32, and then and Malice is 7, so there's that. Potentially more as well in unknown, so there's that. And then, of course, the Italian one, we mentioned 8 Mitsurugi and 5 Malice. But there's still a bunch of other decks as well, as you can see. Lots of Ryzeal, though, right? Mitsurugi basically is only played with Ryzeal at this point. Very few are playing it without it. But then the Ryzeal itself also has a few decks as well. So Ryzeal's still around. We thought that would be dead and not there, but it's still there. And that's pretty much it. I do want to watch this final because ooh, what the hell? It does look pretty interesting, all things considered. Then again, it's also 21 minutes, so it could be absolute shit. Let's find out. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. And I'm immediately speeding this up. And it's going to make the German voices sound very funny. Any chance Lancia could be banned before Malice comes? No. If Lancia is banned, that would be the biggest throw of all time. And would be the dumbest shit in that.
Oh, das ist eine unendliche Unbeständigkeit. Und ist tatsächlich etwas, mit dem sehr oft die Duellspieler absolut einverstanden sind. Man kann jetzt hier erstmal weiterspielen, macht erstmal +1 mit der Linksstörung, wird das Eis auf Blut, wird jetzt das Mausoleum suchen, wird dann nicht aufgehalten.
Bro said no to the Primate cards, and honestly, based, understandable, and absolutely I would do the exact same thing. Except I'm lying to you because I never do that, and I should. Bro said fuck. Let's go! Droll in a hand trap! Woo!
Immerhin noch einen Spirit Dragon legen. Außerdem wird ein Duell ist richtig. Und tatsächlich, wir hatten ja Özcan schon vorhin im Featured Battle, da haben wir ihn wieder. Und natürlich, das Herz schlägt schneller.
They're probably gonna ban OSS before Ryzeal gets added to Master Duel. I don't think they're going to ban anything in Master Duel. I think Konami is too much of a pussy to actually ban anything. Clearly they need to ban stuff, they will just not. They should. They won't. Oh. Do we already have our Drill Beam? Are we just goated? Do we just already have Drill Beam? That sucks. No shot. Hold on. What the hell is in your hand, sir? Can we see his hand? We can. I hate it here. Did you have to read Spirit? Yes. Ah! Oh my god! Me and my homies hate Drill Beam. Man, fuck your Drill Beam. Drill Beam sucks ass. Me and my homies hate it. Yeah, just a game. Bro said, what is that? Do we have anything here? We just make Detonator? This is Detonator Pass? It bounces, right? Make Typhon here? Typhon bounce Blue Eyes? Oh nein, Özcan, du hast ja so recht. Özcan wollte sich einfach jetzt hier einem dieser Monster erledigen, aber Tobias liest die Karte gerade gründlich. Are we playing Typhon? We might not even be playing Typhon.
Ist das so? Ist das keine Special? Okay. Glück gehabt, den S6 mit der Moonlight Dragon zerstört und es geht rüber zu Özcan. Stepperface, don't forget the snake. Da ist immer noch ein Aether Barrel im Friedhof. Wir gucken uns den Friedhof an.
Yeah, and then the Drill Beam is the fucking stupid ass, bullshit ass. God, Blue Eyes players are so fucking rewarded. I hate it here. Yeah, the game is just over. Yeah, Blue Eyes. We didn't even get to see the whatchamacallit. Because Drill Beam. Just draw the fucking Drill Beam. Why would you not just draw a Drill Beam? Blue Eyes. I'm so glad that they always just draw everything that they could have ever asked for. Woo. Can we ban Drill Beam, please? Like, that is the most bannable card I've ever seen. And I hate it. I hate its existence. Whoa, Droll! Who would have guessed? Wow, crazy! Oh, okay, hold on. At the very least, we get to see what this does. Oh, except for the fact that Droll does exist and actually doesn't allow you to do the thing. Actually, does it? Hold on. It isn't special, it surges, right? Yeah, so, okay, what's supposed to happen is you send the Heraldic Beast XZ, which then sends 2 Leos, and then the Leos then search 2 Heraldic Beast monsters from your deck, which is very cool. And then both of those cards are like fairly decent, but they're basically just like 2 extra 4s that you get to put onto your field. So basically, X just converts into like 2 extra bodies. That's all that it really does in at least this version of the deck. But of course, Droll just says, die. Ah! Ah! That's all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm so, yeah, cool, great final. Thank you, German Nationals, for existing and for providing such a very insightful, interesting game for us to watch. I'm so glad that we watched that, because that truly was worth it. I hate it here. Dude, I'm so sick of Primate! So in order to avoid Primate, it's time to do the dual trial. Did you remember that the dual trial is here? I didn't. It's dual trial time, and we get a pack of Perpetual Maze. Hip hip hooray. Now, I do not remember what this ban list is. I have no clue what this ban list is. Is this? What ban list is this? This isn't Edison. It's Dad? Is this like Teledad format? Okay, that didn't help. I didn't even know this was happening. That's because it's a dual trial and Konami doesn't want you to know. Lightsworn? With fucking card of safe return? Nani? Okay, Glad Beast. Uh-huh. And Plant Synchro? But like really bad Plant Synchro. With fucking Pollinosis. Was this Teledad in the OCG? December 21st, 2008. OCG. Was there a different meta? It was probably just Teledad. Do I care to make a deck? No. I don't have any of these cards. Do I have a deck that can I play? Do I have Dad? Do I have Dark Arm Dragon? No, but I could play it. Why is it at 2? Who the hell puts it? What is with Konami in the OCG? Just being like, put it to 2, buddy. Come on. Emergency. Alright, let's just find a deck list. That's gonna be a better option. What is it? Yu-Gi-Oh! Format library. There we go. Formats. DM formats, GX format, Dad return. No, it's Teledad. Where's it Cat format? Where's it Lightsworn format? How far ahead is the OCG? Would they be in Cat format or Lightsworn format? I think they're in Lightsworn format. Do we have the Blackwing cards? Hold on, chat. Hold on. So we don't quite have enough Black Wings. Because we don't have, like, Vayu or anything like that, right? Okay, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Yeah, we don't have, like, Shura. We don't have Gale. Okay. So, it's not quite Cap format. So, yeah, I guess it's just Teledad. It's, like, slightly before Cap format. What? Why? Why this ban list of all time, of all things? It's such a weird time. Like, would we not have I don't know. Is there not an earlier ban list that would have been better for Teledad? Maybe not. Oh, wait. This is when the OCG and the TCG had the same ban list, wasn't it? Oh, forget I said anything. I was, like, trying to, like, how far ahead is the OCG? This was when they had the same ban list. That's why I was so confused. I was like, wait, no, wait, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally just Teledad format. Okay. What in the 9 levels of hell? What the fuck list is this? Diddled! Diddled! Well, I gotta take that deck list if I can. Okay. Do we play all 3 E-Tele? Bro's playing motherfucking 1. Bro said 1. I'm very confused, but okay. Coolio. Do I have Judgment? Do I have Judgment? Judgment. I have Uno of it. Oops. That's okay. Hiro. I have 0 Stratos, and I ain't making that shit. You can't make me make that shit. That's just not happening. You can't make me. I can still play heroes, though, right? It's fine. Stratos is, like, absolutely necessary, huh? Rhoda. Do I have multiple Rhoda? Sorry. Reinforcement. I only have the 1. That's tragic. So I can't play this list that has 3 Rhoda to grab Stratos. Okay, what's a different deck that we could play? What's a cool, interesting deck that we could play? We could play Lightsworn. We could play Galadis. We could play... Oh, Zombie Teledad. Oh, okay. What about Zombie Teledad? Could we play Zombie Teledad? Why are we still playing 3 Mali? I don't know how I feel about this. I'm... Okay. Now, I don't have Card of Safe Return. Fuck. No! Fine. I wanted to craft my own deck, because... would have been nice, but we'll just use the loner. We'll just use the loner. It's not worth it. We'll play, Lightsworn. Honestly, it doesn't seem that bad. It seems pretty bad. I'm lying to you. I'm just straight up blatantly lying to you. Kazaris is one hell of a card. True. Honestly, if this format was good and, like, going to stick around, I'd be like, hell yeah, dude. But I know it's not, so that ain't happening, bud. This card declared towards a little stone or monster in your grave. Added that target to your hand. Cool. I guess we'll just do this. Pitch. Yeah, we'll just do a humble tea set and pass. because I milled my goddamn Heavy Storm. I just want an Edison format. Welcome to the club. So this guy's playing Glad Beast. Wow, that's crazy. I think I do Mirror Force this, sadly. I need to draw a Lightsworn. Because if I don't, I'm fucked. Like, it's real bad. I could make Bryonic. That's not great, but it's not bad. I could just make Gaia. Gaia's just like huge. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I think it's just Gaia here. I'm wondering if I attack. If I don't attack, I don't run into lots of stuff, and then they can't just freely attack into me to trigger their guy. How much removal do they have? I think I literally just sit on this. I think that's probably the play. Yeah, I think I just passed. If only Goyo wasn't a Rada. Trip. Okay. Well, I still die. Damn. Unlucky. Yeah. 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 Oh, that's frustrating. I think I made the correct play. They just, you know, drew the one of. Kazaris. Yeah. Yeah. What do they get here that I'm worried about? Kind of nothing. Nothing in particular, I should say. If I draw a Lightsworn. If I don't draw a Lightsworn, L. Is Woboku in Edison? Yes. Woboku is very old. Yeah, I figured this would be the play. They don't really have anything else. I think they literally just pass. They might set an additional card, but frustrating. Yeah. They know I don't have Heavy Storm, so like any card they have, they can just set. Likely this is oh shit. That kind of does it. It really doesn't, but it kind of does. Because I could do this into Wolf. And then Wolf brings itself back. Except it gets negated by the counter trap. Or it doesn't. Okay, that's interesting. I get a draw card. Hell yeah, dude. That's a very, very good draw. Let's do this. Do we go Solar Recharge here? It'd put a few names in grave. If I special, what can I grab? I could grab this guy. But I don't have a tuner, so that, like, doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think I go solar recharge here. I think that's the better option. You son of a bitch. You've got to be kidding. That's peak comedy, dude. That's so funny. That's so funny. Que chistoso, no? Okay, well, let's do this. Let's go Brionic. Go like this. We'll go Plagues. Confirmar. Bounce. I make like Stardust here? Or I can make this guy. That's actually pretty good here. That's actually pretty good. But is Stardust better? Like, Stardust is clearly better, right? Because then if they have another bestiary, I can just Stardust. It's probably Stardust. Judgment back, and then draw immediately into the Judgment. Because this game's very funny. This one does clear the field, which means that even if they were to have the bestiary... No, I think it is this. I think it is RDA. Yeah, let's go RDA. I couldn't have drawn 2 wolves. We stacked one of the plagues. Is that not how that works? I read this wrong? I just read this card wrong. It has to attack a defense position monster. Oops, that's fine. Yeah, I definitely should go on Stardust. Fuck! Oh, boo! Yeah, now I just lose. Yeah, Stardust absolutely was the play there. God, that was so dumb. That was so dumb. Yeah, Stardust just like hard wins here. And now now I'm just dead. Oh, that was dumb. I didn't read this card. I didn't think... I thought it was just if it attacked, it destroyed all defense position monsters. But no, it has to attack a defense position monster. Because reasons, I don't fucking know. What could I possibly draw here that does anything? Well, I know I can't draw plagues, at the very least. If I draw a normal summonable Lightsworn, that might be enough. Oh, never mind. They just go Heraclinos. Fuck. Oh, that's actually very good. What 6 can I make here? Nothing. Shit. Damn. Does this guy tag out? This guy doesn't tag out. Okay. And we're gonna do this. Yeah, I figured. We'll just pass. Okay. We do have the ability to drop a Judgment Dragon on the opponent's turn if we live. However, will it fucking matter? Will I have enough life points? That's crazy. That's so crazy, dude. It's playable, baby. It's playable. It's playable! Oh, that's crazy! Okay. Did you draw the bottomless? Yeah, fucking course you did! Ah, you piece of shit! Oh, it's torrential. It's so much better. Okay, that's actually arguably better for me. I'm not gonna lie, that's arguably better. Prayo, prayo, prayo! That's a guy. That's a guy. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Bottomless. Is it Compulse? Could be Book of Moon as well. Shrink? If it's Shrink, that'd be crazy. Shrink actually would be wild. Honest is wild. Wild. Okay, I don't have a 6 that I can go into that, like, does anything. I think we'd literally just continue going combat here. These two are just too valuable in hand. Lila. I'm wondering if I go Lila here. Because if they have Torrentral's at 1, right? So they can't have another Torrential. They could have Mirror Force, which we saw earlier from me. This would be lethal if I do go Lila. They could have Bottomless. They could have... Yeah, I think I do go Lila. The problem with this is then we send cards. If a card is sent from deck to grave by the effect of a Lightsworn monster, you can send 2 cards and draw a card for each by this effect. Which is where I'm concerned. We could, like, stack Gores and then summon a 6 if we wanted to. Yeah, let's go Lila here. Is it Bottomless? book. Okay. That's fine. I figured that one would work. They had nothing else in response there. So they either turned their toggle off, or they didn't have anything on attack declaration. Okay. This just increases attack, right? Yes, okay. Bestiary. Why do we grab that one? Because... reasons. Yeah. Uh-huh. Tag it into Marmello. Right? I would imagine, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, that is very funny. Short. Yeah. Combat. Do you have the counter trap? I would imagine so, right? Yep. Okay. Do you have the third counter trap? That's the question. I read this wrong. My bad. My bad. That's fine. Oh, cool. So are you still... No, it's just until the end phase. Great. Awesome. Cool. Here's a Judgment Dragon. Okay, there's Bottomless. Tragic. You hate to see it. Cool. Pass. I was right. They did have Bottomless. Mm-hmm. Damn. That's unlucky. Do they have another Murmillo? Because if they do, I think I lose. But I don't know if they do play that. They might only play the one. Oh, but it doesn't matter. They just go Darius here, special summon Bestiary, Bestiary into Gazirus. Yeah. We'll see if they see that line. Oh. Okay, that was just the wrong choice. But okay. Do they have a trap card to set? Oh. Oh, we could just do that. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Damn. Unlucky. Is there anything I can draw here that does anything? No. Monster Reborn, maybe? Monster Reborn, grab this. That's like my only option, right? I don't even think I play Monster Reborn. I don't even think I play Monster Reborn. I think I still lose, but that's really unlucky. Damn. Man, fuck me. Unlucky. They needed exactly all of those cards to kill me. Every single one of those back row, they needed exactly, pretty much. That's so frustrating. Because I had that. If they don't have Chariot, Bottomless, and something to deal with Lila... Damn, that's so unlucky. Because like all of those are at 1, too. Ugh, frustrating. Frustrating. Do I even do anything here? I kind of have to, right? Could go Foolish Burial for what? Yeah, great question. Yeah, great question. Don't know. Could go with that for that. Oh, let's do this. Let's go like this. Let's send you. Do I have a 5 I can make? I do, okay. Oh, but I don't want to make a 5, specifically. Go back to that guy. And then summon this guy. And then pass. Because I want to mill. Sick. Send Wolf. Yep. Yep. Hopefully I'm able to get my Judgment Dragon online first. Though I don't think that matters. Not nearly as much, no. Just do it again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I just lose. Damn. Just for that battle? No. Cool. Well, that's cool. At least I get to do this. Do you have it as well? Yeah, why would you not? Yeah, why would you not just have everything? Good game. 10 out of 10. No, nice. Oh, just kidding. That's not how that works. Omega lol. Get owned. Stupid. Oh well. I mean, it's probably this, right? Pitch Raikou, Summon Wolf. Really don't know. This one? Your grave. Should I have kept Wolf? No reason to do that. We'll just go combat here. 1, 2. 2. Pass. No 3. 6. Need a plagues. They have a Judgment Dragon. That's, like, pretty bad for me. Except for I'm lying. Unless they drew their Bottomless or a Torrential. Okay, so that's a Raikou. Clearly that's a Raikou. In which case, the correct play is do this. Do this. Put this guy back. Special. Draw a card. Can I burn them to death with Dark Strike? I don't think so, right? Damn. Wait, can I make Mistform? No. Dang. Okay. Then yeah, we'll go Lumina. Discard. Summon. Here. Draw a card. Doesn't really matter what we draw here. It's a very funny and a bad draw. Make this guy. What does this lose to? Loses to Gores. Gores specifically. They have milled Gores. So there is a chance that they have Gores in hand. If they do, I'm fucked. Doesn't look like they did. Doesn't look like they did. Yeah, Gores there is like the one thing that kills me. Should I have gone second? No. Ooh. That changes what I do. I mean, that's pretty telegraphed, right? But do I care? I don't think I do. Yeah, I think I just T-set pass. Or U-set. V-set pass? Alright, hit the 50-50. You didn't. Omega lol. Nice one. MST negates! Heavy Storm? Rhoda. Prisma. Set a card. Okay. Well, that's pretty damn good, if you ask me. I am gonna go Prisma here, though. We'll keep that one in hand. Prisma, reveal, send. Fucking owned. Hiya. Hop, blah, 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 blah. Damn. Sometimes you're just better. What do I need for this guy? Laquari and 2 Glad Beast monsters? Yeah, I think I do that. Given the fact that we have Monster Reborn, Hoplimus, and Bestiari in hand, and we have the set War Chariot, yeah, I think we do go this guy. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. This deck is kind of dumb in this format. Well, when nobody else is playing the best deck in the room, yes. Yeah, this was like a very clear second place. Play the Plant Loaner on your last game? Then I'd have to play the Plant Loaner, and I don't want to do that. Like in any capacity. I have a feeling they have Gores. That's my thought. My thought is that they have Gores. Oh. Maybe they just don't have it. No, they definitely have something. I think they just give up. We'll summon this guy. Laquari's huge! Okay, pass. Yeah, that was a pretty stupid setup. I, like, absolutely cleaned his clock. But that's it. See, even though it's telegraphed, I think if they just normal summon the Hoplimus, it seems so stupid to do that. But, like, if you just normal summon one of your, guys to turn on Chariot, it changes the dynamic immensely. Because then, like, it forces combat first. Which may seem like, oh, that's not that big of a deal in Glad Beast. But it's like, if you just have the bigger guy, like, that's huge. Right? So, and they also had the Dimensional Barrier anyway. So very clearly, like, the play was just normal summon Hoplimus. And then sit on the 2 traps. Because then it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to normal summon a guy. I'm going to normal summon a guy. I'm going to go... Or, like, I'm going to normal summon a guy. And maybe, like, I activate the effect of the Prisma there. And it's like, cool, I just negate that. Like, that's a very clear just negate. And then I go to combat, and then they banish, and I'm like, fucked. Or, like, you even let me do that, and then I go into Geysaris, and then you just negate the Geysaris. But, like, knowing that they have the face down, it's like, oh, cool. So I don't have to contest with a back row. And if you don't have, like, Torrential or what have you. Anyway. Alright, we'll play this one. What is the plan with this one? I guess Gigaplant. Gigaplant with Card of Safe Return into some stuff. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Smile. Dead technically is stronger here because I know somebody is dumb enough to use Errata to Crush card in format with 3 Mali. It has 3 Mirror Force. True. True, I hadn't thought about that. That's a card. Do I give a shit about that? Uh-huh. I'm like genuinely trying to think what I even do here. Other than just wait. Okay. Pass? Yeah. Honestly, not bad. I think I actually just go Lord of Poison here. And just walk over this guy. That sounds so fucking stupid. Oh, actually? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, that's crazy. Wait, that's crazy. Wait, that's crazy. I could also go Monster Reborn for the Lila, and then pop Card of Safe Return, which is actually pretty good. What does Lone Fire get me here? If I were to go Lone Fire into... I could go Lone Fire into Gigaplant and just sit on Gigaplant. Like, walk over this guy, sit on Gigaplant. They have an Honest in hand. Honest kills me if I do that. Ow. Yeah, let's go... Fuck. I think I actually just set... I think I just set Dandelion. And I pass. Yeah. Yeah. Go. I don't love it. Because this deck can put on a lot of damage. But I really don't see another, like, good thing that I could have done there. Pitch Plagues, yeah. Grab Jane, I guess. I should have gone Jane. Yeah, I should have gone Jane, pop the Sanctify, or Card of Safe Return. Yeah, because they hit the Wolf. Yeah, now I'm just so far behind in card advantage. Yeah, I think I just die here. I think I just die. They go Plagues into Brionic Bounce, and then I just die. Ah, that was stupid. That was stupid! Because I could have had Pollinosis to tribute. Yeah. Yeah, that was dumb. Now I just die. Is there anything I can do here that doesn't kill me? No. No, I just die. Damn. Look, they haven't normaled. So they can normal pretty much anything here. They have Brionic to bounce. They have... They could potentially, like, normal another Plagues. Go into, like, 5. That's pretty strong. Oh, they technically don't have enough. Oop, that's the wrong guy. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have, Honest. Is there anything I can draw here that does anything? Raigeki. Dark Hole. That I don't play. Honestly, like, Wall of Thorns is pretty good here. Yeah, Wall of Thorns or Mirror Force. Fuck. That ain't it, Chief. Okay, I can, like, kind of do stuff here. Because I could, like, like, Monster Reborn Dandelion, Lone Fire Blossom, the Dandelion to get the 2 fluff tokens into Lone Fire Blossom, into, like, Copy Plant. Copy Plant could then go into that, which could go into... Oh, wait, I could blink Black Rose. Wait, Black Rose kind of goes crazy. But then I have literally nothing else. I could go Goyo. Likely this is Mirror Force, which fucks me. Ugh. If I can make Mistworm. Mistworm, like, actually does something. Mistworm actually does something here. I could Trunade this as well. I could go Trunade into Stardust. Or into, like, Goyo. Oh, can I make Barkion? How good is Barkion? Barkion is not what I'm looking at. That's Beast. Okay. I think I do go Trunade. Oh, something activatable? Was it MST? Okay. We'll go Monster Reborn. Grabbing Dandelion. These are level 1 tokens? Okay. We'll go Lone Fire. Lone Fire effect. Tribute. Special. Lone Fire. Dandelion. Token. Token. Lone Fire. Tribute. Grab Nettles. Nettles is a 2. Oh, I could just grab this one. When a card effect is activated that targets a card in the field, you tribute to face a plant monster to negate the activation because you destroy it. Honest doesn't target, does it? I don't think so. Shit. Shit. I could go Bryonic. Like bounce a guy. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, let's just make this guy. All right, we'll go combat here. I know for a fact they have Honest, but this is what I have to remove in order to win. We'll do this. We'll do this. And then we'll do this. Like, I don't know. I don't know. MST. Yeah, I fucking knew it. You got a second one? Drop the second one on me. Come on, do it. Yeah! There it is. Good game. What a shit game. What an absolute shit show. Lord Poison can technically float. It's very bad, but it technically can. What a good game. What a good game that was. That was such an interesting game. I'm so glad that my opponent got to see, what, like 9 additional cards, where I only got to see 1? 10 out of 10. No notes. This hand sucks balls. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Cool. Cool. Each other? No, just each. Mirror Force MST. Sick. Alrighty. I'm literally not going to set that. It doesn't make any sense. Except it kind of does. Cool. 10 out of 10. Great game. Great format. Just, I love old school Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm lying to you. I hate it. Huh? What was huh about that? What was huh about that? Why did we huh that? That was absolutely the correct play. Bro, you absolutely should have left after that. Heavy Storm into normal summon a 19 over your 18 Lukwari? Yeah, good game. Shake my hand. You didn't have Hoplimus in hand? Yeah, obviously. There was that, yeah. Even, I mean, technically speaking, they should have stayed. Because realistically, they have plays there. But yeah, that was pretty bad. Could we put Heavy back on the ban list? That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. That's what I want. Alright, I'm gonna call it quits there. That was an enjoyable experience, I guess. Old school Yu-Gi-Ohs. Shrinking any guy except Murillo? What do you mean? Yeah, very clearly they didn't. Blaze, yes. Of course they didn't have one of those other options. That's why they made the play that they did. They probably still had back row in hand, but they set specifically 2 and an 1800, which was probably their biggest guy. They had a Battle Trap, they had MST. Honestly, if I don't draw Heavy, or Trunade, because for some reason that's also in the game, they're probably fine. And even Trunade, like, I think you still are fine. You're like, okay, I lose the combat, that's fine. Unless they set up something crazy. That was an extreme blowout, and it was kind of nasty. Anyway. I'm going to call it quits there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.